Hello, boys and girls. I'm Nature Boy. And if you take a look behind me, this is actually a beech tree. And you know it's a beech tree because of the way it is.
Alright, kids, jokes aside, this really is a beech tree, and it's actually a European beech tree, as there's a different species that lives in Asia. And as you can see from taking a look at it, it's one of the largest trees in North America. Now, cool things about a beech tree is there actually are cool ways to identify it. First one being that from its bark. As you can see, it's got a smooth bark going all the way up the tree that's kind of got a light gray color tint to it. But you can also tell a beech tree based off of its leaves, all right? So if I come in here real quick, as you can see, the top of this leaf is very smooth and it's kind of got a little bit of an oval shape, right? And if you actually look at the edge, you can see all these little jagged points on it. And a lot of beech trees will have this as an identifying clue to them. But the beech tree doesn't just have cool leaves and cool bark, but it actually also has a fruit that it grows, right? And these are called beech nuts, and I'll come in here again and show you guys. These will actually be grown in the fall and autumn and drop. And since it's not that season, I actually don't have any complete and whole beech nuts for you guys. But inside these little seed pods here will actually be a fruit that's edible to eat. Yes, that's right, you heard me. You can actually eat beech nuts, right? And beech nuts have many uses, right? They can be pressed into a usable form of cooking oil. And of course, just like I said before, you can actually just open up these shells and just eat them, just as an edible little snack. And what's I think is the coolest part of these little seeds is that within this fruit lies one single seed that when it's planted, it's watered, it's taken care of, this little seed can actually grow into one of these biggest trees. And I'm actually reminded of something that Jesus talks about regarding seeds, specifically his parable of the mustard seed. So you give me a quick minute to grab my Bible, we'll come over here, take a seat, and I'll tell you all about it. All right, kids, I'm back. I got my Bible here, and I want to explain to you guys just a little bit about the parable of the mustard seed. Many of you are probably familiar with this as we have a camp song about it, but I'll just paraphrase. So in this parable, Jesus says that if you have as faith just as small as a mustard seed, you'll be able to move mountains and conquer anything in your path. And you know, for the longest time, I believe that that's all that Jesus really said about the mustard seed, right? Thereby believing that if we just have faith just that small, we can do anything. But actually, if we take a look at Matthew 13, Jesus says a whole lot more about mustard seeds. I'm going to open my Bible here, and it's actually Matthew 13, verses 31 and 32. And this is what Jesus says. He told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, which a man took and planted in his field. Though it is the smallest of all seeds, yet when it grows, it is the largest of garden plants and becomes a tree, so that the birds come and perch in its branches. It's so cool to see that Jesus doesn't just talk about our faith when it's just as small as a mustard seed. And even then, it's so powerful that we literally can just talk to mountains and they will move out of our way. We can literally overcome obstacles that we didn't even think would be even close to being possible. But yet Jesus continues to talk about it, that this faith over time is going to grow. While it started out small, it's going to grow into this huge faith that's going to allow us to do so many things, like be able to reach out to others and draw them into to God's character, showing them his love. And so I pray, boys and girls, that you not only begin to have a faith as small as a mustard seed, but that you learn to cultivate it, water it, read your Bible, spend time with God in prayer, and your faith will grow. And over time, it can be as large as a beech tree, like what we looked at initially, or even just like a mustard seed, which itself will grow into a tree. And that's all I have for you today, boys and girls. Once again, I'm Nature Boy, and until next time, don't forget to go out and explore God's nature.